In the airsoft community, there has been a raging debate on which pistol caliber carbine, platform, and brand is best.
Luckily for you, Kevin and I are master debaters.
Anyways, me and Cisco have been debating on which brand...
Master debating.
Debating on which brand to pick and why we chose these brands.
The G&G ARP9.
The Classic Army PXG9.
I'm telling you, your gun is trash because you're trash.
Hey man, at least I washed my hat.
Yeah, at least you don't smell. What's going on, you guys? My name is Cisco.
And I'm Kevin.
And I own the G&G ARP9.
And of course, I own the Classic Army PXG9.
And I'm gonna prove to you today why the ARP9 is better.
No. Classic Army PXG9 platform, way better.
But you are just the sad copy of the original.
Hey, listen, you little speed softer. What are you, 10 years old and your mother just looked up speed soft?
I'm the speed softer.
You know what? You guys are just gonna have to listen to us master debate it out.
Let's get into it. Things I love about the G&G ARP9. First is going to be the billet style receiver. It is a combat machine, so it does have the polymer receiver, but it is molded in a way to make it look very aggressive. Next thing I like is the magazine. It is a Glock style magazine that is held in place with the paddle style receiver. Now, this is going to be different compared to the lever style that the PXG9 does, but it's very comfortable. It's actually very easy to actuate. Even if you just knock it a little bit, it'll eject the magazine. The handguard is full metal and full M-lock, which is also very comfortable. You don't even really need a vertical grip to mount to this. See that? It's just nice and solid. It feels good in the hands, unlike the PXG9 that has the Picatinny sections up front and then like one M-lock slot. I think that's kind of pointless. You just should have made it all Picatinny. And then lastly, the crown amplifier. It's loud, it's aggressive, it strikes fear into the hearts of your enemies when you are on the field dominating with the ARP9. It's just a good gun. Things I like about the ARP9 internally is the 25K EFRT motor out of the box. It is a good balance between speed and torque, and it's better than the PXG9 motor out of the box. It does give a nice trigger response with the electronic trigger that is in the gearbox. Just when you pull it, it's just a nice little micro switch and just, so satisfying. On top of that, the gearbox is the combat machine gearbox. It's trusted, it's reliable, and it's completely upgradable to whatever you want version 2 compatible. Now, things I hate about the ARP9. Number one, the PDW stock. Don't get me wrong, it looks good. It's two positions, it's off and on, but there's no battery space, especially because the inline MOSFET is wired in there. Another feature that sucks about this gun is the inline MOSFET. I burned mine out with a 9.6 volt battery. G&G. What? G2H gearbox, because that has a quick change spring system too, which this one doesn't have either. It's a standard gearbox, which is nice. It's upgradable, but I want a little bit more versatility out of the gun. I want to be able to take it more places instead of having to take apart the entire gun to get the FPS up. And the handguard. If it's gonna be M-lock, make it a little bit longer. It's so short. Look at this. Look how short this is. I'm a chunky guy. Most adults have a 3-foot arm. Don't quote me on that. But listen, with as much M-lock real estate as it has, if I put a vertical grip on, it's gonna be right here. That means I'm gonna be hugging the flash hider amplifier thing here. There's just no point. Okay? You should have made it a little bit longer to add more utility to this gun. With all that being said, the reason why I got the G&G ARP9 was because it was the only one available on the market at the time. I'm not going to go too far into the details because I did a private collection video. Shameless plug right here. But if you watch that video, you see that I got to customize the gun exactly the way I wanted it to perform. And the ARP9 allowed me to do that. And that's why the G&G ARP9 is the better platform.
Alright guys, Kevin here, and I'm going to explain why I love the PXG9 platform over the ARP9 platform. So let's start with some of the external features that I really like. First, we're going to start with the proper PCC shell ejection port. ARP9, come on. Anyways, proper port, and the grip actually feels amazing. I really like this grip just because it's a little bit rounded in the center part, so it gives you a very nice chunky grip to hold onto, and it feels very comfortable in the hands, not too angular like some other gun. And then of course, my favorite feature on the PXG9 is this stock. Now, if you didn't know, this stock is called the BAS, which Classic Army coined as big ass stock. I'm not even kidding, this is a real thing, and it's for good reason. Do you see how much battery space there is in this thing? Like, oh, and you can just access it by taking off the whole bottom panel out. So you don't have to do, one of those little cute pinch your battery into your stock. No. You just take that thing out, you slap your battery in here like a glizzy in between buns, and you just put the cap back on. Oh, and you're good to go. Perfect. Other features I love about this is this gun comes with a quick release latch for your motor right here. Boom, easy access. If your wires come out for some reason in the middle of play, you can just use your finger, pop that bad boy off, replug them back in, and snap it back closed. Just like that, no tools needed. And of course, the biggest reason why I love this platform more than the ARP9 is the mag release. Now, this of course is very familiar for all M4 AR platform users because look at that, how to release. Just press it down, no need to mess around with the little latch in your offhand. It's very natural. And of course, it's spring loaded, which for some of you SpeedQB guys out there that need that extra millisecond to get a reload in, you don't need to worry about yanking this guy out and then reaching for another mag. You just, easy. Now that was just the externals. Let's get into the internals. Now this guy comes with a 603 inner barrel out of the box compared to the ARP9, which doesn't, comes with a 60, whatever the heck the standard is. And the MOSFET and the ECS are one unit, meaning the MOSFET is not taking up space inside of your battery stock area. And speaking of the ECS, it is a programmable trigger. You can set it to burst, 3-round bursts, 5-round bursts, or you can even semi-lock it if your field requires you to do so. The motor is a little bit less than the ARP9, but honestly, it's such a little difference that it doesn't even matter. And oh man, this guy just shoots fantastic out of the box. It can handle an 11-1 out of the box without burning up. What do you gotta say to that, bro? And did I forget to mention, this guy has a true quick change spring system. Unlike the ARP9, I can turn this guy into a DMR if I wanted to.
DMRs are 308.
Well, I still have the option. 500 FPS, who cares? Now, let's talk about some of the things I hate about the PXG9. We're gonna start with the handguard. Guys, this handguard is pretty lackluster. It is polymer, compared to the metal one on the ARP9. It does have the Picatinny section on the bottom, top, and on the sides, and like one M-LOK section in the middle, which honestly does nothing for you. So I'd say I can get rid of that guy easily. Another thing I don't like is this big fat cookie cutter compensator. Like, I don't know, it just looks like a sprinkler head or something. It's not good. They did have this option to be a 3-prong compensator on their combo package that included a drum mag, so you can actually attach a turnable suppressor. Turnable? Twistable? Quick attachable?
Yes, that's the one.
So if you don't like the style, you could go for that drum mag package, but I went with the stock one, and yeah, not a fan of that. Another thing I don't like is this magwell. It's like they tried to go with the flared magwell, but decided last minute not to, so they just like left the remnants of it, but let's be honest, this guy is not flared. Now the biggest thing I hate about this gun is internally, the gearbox is pretty proprietary. If you wanted to work on this guy and drop in an aftermarket MOSFET, things like that, there would have to be a lot of modifications or a lot of finessing, and honestly, a lot of techs don't like DSGing this gun. I did DSG mine though with the help of Airsoft GI techs, but let's just say they don't like me too much anymore. Now, why did I choose the PXG9 over the ARP9? Well, first of all, it was cheaper. Second of all, it had way more features than the ARP9. And it had a MOSFET that worked. You could use an 11-1 straight out of the box, no problem. And the last one, the magazine. All you ARP9 users, you know how superior the Classic Army X9 mags are to the ARP9 mags. First of all, holds 120 rounds over 60 rounds, and it feeds more consistently. Come on, simple.
Actually, the G&G ARP9 comes with a 300 round high cap out of the box, not a 60 round mid cap.
Do you use that high cap mag?
No.
Alright, so after a long, hard session of master debating, the choice is clear. PXG9 is the superior platform.
Are you kidding me? Superior my ass. You had to upgrade yours out of the box. You didn't even use your stock. All the techs hate you now. This one I was able to upgrade by myself and get it exactly the way I wanted to.
Listen, man, when I asked you for advice on which PCC to get, you told me to get the PXG9.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video.
And if you guys want to help support us, be sure to check out Airsoft GI for all your airsoft needs, as well as liking, comment, and subscribing to our channel to support us even further.
We got our guns at Airsoft GI, so check it out. We'll see you guys next time.
Let us know in the comments why the PXG9 is the superior platform.
You mean why the ARP9 is the better platform?
Oh, come on, guys. Let's be honest. The KWA QRF is the best platform.
Hey, wait, no, wait, hold on, wait.